Hello investors, hopefully you're having a wonderful time. In today's video, I will going to cover the Palantir Technology Incorporation. This is the pretty new IPO, just listed a day or two ago. The ticker name is PLTR. My name is Pramod Kumar. I am a CFA charter holder and FRM certified. There is a lot of buzz about this IPO, especially regarding that this is a very secretive software which helps in counter terrorism, right? So, but for us now the stock is out in the market. I'll go over these key areas, right? Especially the finance revenue, how much revenue they are generating per 20 customers, the revenue metrics, right? And income statements. Is it how it will perform on the long-term basis? So try to see those facts and then also see the risk, because risk is very important. As a rational investor, we cannot just see from the return perspective, but also from the risk perspective, and then we summarize with some key metrics. So if you like it, just stay until the end of the video and give a thumbs up if you like the video. Okay, so let me hide myself. So let's get started. Okay, so this company is already incorporated. This is from the form S1 which they submitted to SEC Gov, which is Securities and Exchange Commission. So if I go very briefly on this to what this company is all about, basically this company is they constructed the software, right? The major core business is they provide the software to the defense and intelligence agencies of US and which helps analyze all kind of huge data, name it, and then where the terrorisms to help them find the terrorism, right? But then later they expanded into the commercial client as well, right? So at the moment, as per their the document, the platform is used by 125 customers around the world. So this is being used by around the world, but on the defense, the commercial side of the software, pretty much the defense side of the software is I believe is limited to the US and strictly not China, as I can see easily, as they mention in one of their risk as well, which limits their growth. That's what mentioned is in the paper. So I'm just telling all the facts which I have seen. Okay, they are in 36 industries and in 150 countries. So it's a global company, so no doubt about it. Okay, so what next? Okay, so right now the company is generating 119 billion across the commercial and the government sector. So these are the high. The main thing is right now how about if they want to expand into the health sector? So right now they are not into the health, so health sectors or in any other areas, so it's required, but they have the capability but haven't developed that. But it will be good if they go into the health, so these kind of a disease like COVID-19 and all, so because of their strong software which analyze the data in various forms, so it can go there. So it's right now it's not there, but I put it there. That's what I imagine for this software. It is a good prospect there to grow into that market, just rather than into the defense sector, because that's pretty big as well. So let's go to the revenue. So if I see from the last 10 years, yeah, the company is although listed just today or 1 or 2 days, yeah, but the revenue, if the companies exist for a long time, and I can able to find the cumulative spending on research and development, right? So this spending is pretty much, you can see, is increasing. So this is a very good sign. The company didn't stop on research and development, as we can see in the earlier IPO, which I did the analysis of snowflakes recently. The company hardly does, and the company does the research and development, but it's not very increasing factor, right? So you can check it out on the other video if you want. Let's see the revenue over time. So this is the revenue. So that's a very good, right? So in 2008, it's only 2 million revenue, but look at the growth, the revenue grow 16, 37, 72, and this is the curve is keep increasing, right? So that's and at the moment right now, the revenue is 481 million and the year is not finished, and we expect that this bar to be higher as well. So that's pretty good. So revenue is increasing. So at least the top level is increasing. And I'll show you in the later slide how much per year the 10-year CAGR, the revenue is increased. Okay, not only the revenue is important, but also we need to see as per their top 10, 20 customers, how much the revenue they are able to generate. So which is good as well. So this means the company is generating over 36% growth, right, on the good customers. So that's also increasing, right? So the revenue increasing plus the average revenue of the 20 customers is also increasing. That's very good sign. Okay, if I summarize all the data into the slides, so the 10-year, the revenue year-over-year growth is over 26%. So this means the company does the pretty fantastic job in increasing the revenue. The average revenue growth per customer is, so now the revenue is increasing on the top part, but also we can see easily the per customer, the revenue is 30% increase. So this means whoever got their product, they are sticking to it and demand more of it, right? So let's go to the income statement now. So in the income statement, this is the 2018 and 2019, the income statement. So the income statement clearly shows that this shows the revenue. The revenue is increased, as we can see in the past, and we also have in this one on the right side of this is 2019 and 2020 past 6 months of the data. So in the last, if I compare from the past 6 months of the data as compared to 2019, the revenues also increased. So that's a good sign. Gross profit we can see is increased as well, and then but is if I come very down into the net loss, as you might notice already, that the company is still making the loss, right? But the loss, if I see from 2018 and 2019, the pretty much loss in 19 year end, the loss is less, but pretty much is the same. It's not within the same ballpark, not much difference. Okay, so the total operating expenses is huge for the company, and that's make, even if the company is making the lot of money, the reason is, one of the reason is maybe you can see the sales and marketing expense is huge. So let's see in terms of the percentage to understand this well. Okay, so we can see here the 100, so the 72% is the gross profit margin, and now in 2019 is only 67%. So it's a drop of 5%, which is not good, right? An increase in the cost, maybe because of increase in the revenue, the company literally has to increase the cost of the revenue as well, which is not good. Usually, I expect if the company is investing, if the company is increasing the revenue, is the cost is should decrease as well, right? Because of economic of scale. Okay, but as you can see, this the company is heavily invested in sales and marketing. This almost 80%, and now is 60%, 60-40, and even the research is only 40 to 41%, right? So that's maybe one of the reasons. So maybe because of this IPO and all, so that's translate to these laws. Okay, so let's continue. So if I can summarize this, the revenue growth is 24.7%. The general administration expense, research budget, and sales and marketing. As you can see, sales and marketing is huge. Okay, now let's come to a risk. Before we see all those income, we see all the growth, but we also need to see from the research, the risk perspective, right? So now the company mentioned in the document is, and very clearly they mentioned the two reasons that they may not be profitable in future. Usually it's the main reason what company is saying, we, in addition for here, right, they provide some past history, which we have already seen, but since our operating expenses have increased over time, so that's the main problem I find. That's why I highlighted this. As we continue to expand our business, industry, vertical, verticals and breadth of our operation upgrade and infrastructure hire new, right? So this means the main problem for the company is the operating expenses. And the second thing which says also mention that we also incurred losses cost associated with acquiring and growing the customer base. So this is the main problem, to acquire a customer base. So that's a huge problem. So maybe that's what I don't like about this, but that's what it mentioned here. The second risk the company mentioned is there's a very concentration in terms of the revenue, right? You see, our top 3 customers together, if they combine together, right, it's make over 30% of the revenue. So 33% in 2018, 28%, and then again 31% in year end 2019, right? So this is a very large ratio. So this means they have very few customers, which if tomorrow assume those 3 customers dropped for some XYZ reason, their 30% of the revenue is dropped, right? So think from that perspective. So that's another very huge risk. The other main risk which I have highlighted here is the platform are complex and a lengthy process. So this is not an easy platform, right? So it's been developed a long time ago. So and it takes the customer some time to adopt. So if it takes customer some time to adopt, this means it's maybe less friendly. So it is a risk there, right? The global outbreak, like recent outbreak, affect their business as well. That's what they mentioned. And the second last but not the least, they are hugely dependent on the AWS and Microsoft and other for their cloud business. If that is down, chances of them is less. But one thing is, this means they are significantly using, I'm not sure, for the computing infrastructure, right? That's what they only mention here. And they also mention like a cyber security or all, because of those sensitive data, right? They have to be very ensure the customer data is secure. So I think that's one of their biggest challenge as well, and to keep innovative in terms of, so this is a very complex business, very niche industry. So and the complex. So if I see quickly, the price over sale is now 6.65 times what they're asking. The gross profit margin is good, but still they have a very huge operating cash flow negative, right? So that's their key matrix. So we have covered in this video the overview of the company, the revenue trend, and it's quite a big, right? So what do you think? Do you think this is a good company for you to buy, or you will just give a pass? There is another IPO come recently, is Asana, right? So let me know if you want in the comment if you want me to cover that IPO as well. And I'd really appreciate if you give a thumbs up to this video, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon in another video. Bye for now.